Welcome back to Reyes Brigade, where we make shirts and bangers. As you can see, we're back with the FancierStudio Power Heat Press 15 by 15. I'm just gonna do a quick little review about what I like and what I don't like about it. I'm also gonna give y'all a small demonstration. I'm gonna press a shirt, that way y'all can see how it works, what the functions look like once it's turned on, what it sounds like when the timer gets done. All right, so one of the cons that I see is with the new feature of the sliding plate here. Not so much the plate itself, the sliding motion. It more has to do with the stability of it. I'm not sure if y'all can see it right there. It has a little plate, and I'm not sure if that's going to interfere in the future with my pressure. It might be, more pressure on one side than the other side. But only time will tell. The more I press, the more I'll notice if it does or not. Aside from that, the only other thing that I had a complaint with, or I had a small issue with, was the knob. For some reason, this one is it feels like it almost gets stuck on some of the grooves. So I'm not sure if that was like a manufacturing thing. They might have, messed with the threads or something on accident. But when you spin it, it feels like it gets tight on some of the threads and then it loosens up on some of the other ones. Maybe I just got to run through all the threads, just to clean them up. Maybe that's all it could be. But like I said, I've just started using this one. I'm going through the motions to see if everything's working correctly. Let's move on to the pros. One of the main things that I love about this machine is the simplicity of it. You don't get all the, the nice screens and all of that stuff. But if you're looking for something simple, straight to the point, this is definitely it. And that's what I like the most about it, because there's not too much that you can mess up with this. It's pretty straightforward. It's temperature, time, pressure. So as far as the heat goes, I feel like it does heat up evenly. I haven't noticed any weak points yet. The only thing I would say about the heat is that it fluctuates a little bit once you touch the garment, even if you preheat it. But that's just an adjustment thing. You got to get used to the machine. Every machine reacts different when you touch it to the garment. Might cool down faster than other one. Timer pretty self-explanatory. There's not much you can say about that. You set the time and let it go. As far as the pressure goes, I feel like it's pretty even though it has the pressure over here. Like I said, some of the other ones, they have the pressure here, and a lot of people say that it distributes the pressure a little better when it's centered. But even though this one's on the back, I feel like the pressure is still pretty evenly distributed. I'm still on the fence about this part, but only time will tell, once I get to some bigger projects. As far as the lever, how they have the spring to bring it back up, it does have a pretty good amount of tension. So if you're not careful, this is one of the things that might mess up your machine eventually if you just keep letting it slam, because like I said, it does have a pretty good amount of tension. All right, let's fire it up. The power button does glow red once you turn it on, and then this is the screen temperature, and then you have the timer on the bottom. So as you can see, we reached the temperature. It doesn't take but a few minutes, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this shirt in here. We're gonna preheat it. This shirt is an extra small use, just so you can see the sizing. As you can see, it takes up most of the plate. This is an extra small use. I don't know if y'all do this, but I let them roll them, because sometimes just them little fuzzies make a difference in the quality of the prints. Also, if you're doing like sublimation, it's a good habit to do it, because I don't know if y'all have ever done it, but if you leave that little lint in there, sometimes it changes the color. It makes the little lint a different color. We're just gonna preheat this garment. You just gotta heat it up 5 to 10 seconds. It doesn't take much. And this image right here is a pretty big image, so it's gonna take most of this press. Like I said, this is a 15 by 15 press. Just to give you a size comparison of image, shirt, and how much it actually covers. Once you got your image where you want it, go ahead and press. Let's see what it does. I'm using DTF. We also make that in-house. I might take y'all through that little process one time. So I'm using 325 for 25 seconds. Then I'll do the cold peel, and then after that, do a repress, and that's more than enough. All right, let's let that cool down for a second. We got the image cooled down now. Let's do the peel and do the reveal. Let's see what it looked like. All right, so there you have it. That's the first press. And then I always do a repress. I'll bring up the tension a little bit and the pressure just to give it that nice seal. I don't know if y'all know anything about pressing, but a good tip to know is the way you know you have good pressure and you have enough pressure to where you know that your DTF or your vinyl or whatever you're using is going to actually stick onto the garment is when you look at it up close, you can see the garment threads on the image itself. And that's when you know you had a good press. All right, so that's what we got right there. Here's the final result with the FancierStudio Power Heat Press 15 by 15. As you can see, it presses very well. I'm gonna bring y'all in close, see if y'all can see what I'm talking about. You see like those little ridges in the actual print here? This is what I'm talking about. You can see the little ridges in there. You can see the threads and you can see it on the image itself. That's what we're looking for. Should you get this press? I feel like the results speak for themselves. You see the show we just made. This was on the spot. You saw the quality, you saw the pressure. I feel like for the money, this is definitely one of those affordable options, and it's one of the best options for the money. So if you're on a budget and you're trying to make something happen, you're trying to start your business or you're trying to get it off the ground, but don't really have that much capital to start with, I feel like this is one of the best investments you could make because this is a great product for the money. If you're trying to start your business and you're trying to get it off the ground or you're trying to elevate it a little bit, I feel like you shouldn't put too much pressures on, am I getting the best machinery right now? Am I getting the highest quality right now? Because no matter whether you have expensive machines or the cheaper ones, whether it's $100 or it's $1,000, it all depends on you whether your business is going to make it. You got to be consistent. You got to stay with it. It's going to be your creativity that's going to make a difference. Not so much the machines. You can have the best machines in the world, but if you're not putting in the work yourself, nothing is going to happen. With that being said, don't let your mind limit what you can do. Just believe in yourself and put that work in. I appreciate you guys staying with me through this whole little process, me reviewing the FancierStudio Power Heat Press. Hopefully this helped y'all out. And if y'all still have any questions, just drop them down in the comments like I said in the previous video. If you have a question, just leave it down in the comments and I'll get back to y'all. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that little notification bell. I'll see y'all next video.